Hi friends, my name is Corina. I'm a wife and mama to 2 kiddos, and our family is getting ready to go to Disneyland to celebrate the end of the summer and Disney's 70th celebration. I thought today I would go ahead and share with you guys an ideal 3-day itinerary, which is what our family will be following as we embark on this trip in order to get the most fun and really celebrate all of the 70th stuff that is happening in the parks. So let's get into it. Hey guys, before I get started, I do want to tell you guys this itinerary is not going to be like go to this ride at 9 o'clock and this ride at 10:15. It's going to be really more of where I feel like you should start your day and the things that you should emphasize or focus on and the entertainment that you want to make sure to catch while you are in the parks. I do believe that every family tours Disneyland differently and that you have to find the right strategy that works for your family. But having gone to the parks so many times now with kiddos from babies all the way now through second graders, I do feel like it's really important to have somewhat of a plan in place before you hit those gates heading into Disneyland. So let's go ahead and talk about an ideal itinerary for 3 days in Disneyland. To start with, we're going to start on day 1, which is Disneyland day number 1. And what I would recommend is that you start in either Fantasyland or Adventureland. Now, this varies based on the ages of your children. If you have young kids like I do, we love the rides in Fantasyland still. But if you have teenagers or even kids that are maybe like 4th, 5th, 6th grade that are not necessarily quite so into the smaller rides, like more kind of classic rides, then you might want to start somewhere more like Adventureland. So wherever you start, what I recommend when you're touring is that you pick one land and you stay there and make your whole rotation through that land and move on. You don't want to zigzag back and forth and be running from one land to the other. That's really when you tire yourself and your family out and when everyone kind of gets sick of each other because you're constantly navigating through crowds. If you can make it work where you kind of set up in one land and go from ride to ride and work your way through that land, and then you can kind of cross that off your list, move on to the next area, I promise your day is going to go so much smoother. Now keep in mind, I am not utilizing lightning lanes. We rarely get lightning lanes when we're in Disneyland. We honestly just don't find that we need it. So if you do want to do lightning lanes, feel free, but again, I would try to use them in a strategic manner that works the best for your family. Okay, so day 1, you're starting in either Adventureland or Fantasyland. Here are your must-dos that I would recommend for this day. Number 1 would be Small World. Number 2, Runaway Railway. It's just so fun. Number 3 is Pirates because it's such a classic. Number 4 is Big Thunder Railroad. And the last one is all of the Fantasyland rides. Now, I know I said if you have older kids, they might be a little bit over them, but truly, these rides are so classic and they're so fun. So I do think it's important to hit them at some point in your day, even if you're not starting there. As far as your entertainment, I would recommend making sure that you make time for not only the 70th Cavalcade, which is the smaller parade, but I would also, and I will tell you guys, this little cavalcade has so many amazing characters in it. It's really sweet, really fun, and the music is so good. I never knew I liked the Jonas Brothers until Disneyland's 70th birthday, but here we are, and I love it. And then your other entertainment that I would recommend would be to see Paint the Night. Now, this is a nighttime parade, so it is something that plays twice a night. It runs twice a night, and you're going to need to pick a spot before the parade begins. And I would say allow at least an hour. Now, there are 2 places I would recommend for you to watch the parade. That would either be near it, right in front of It's a Small World. You could either line up literally like right across from Small World or right in front of Small World or kind of down the lane from Small World. We kind of did down the lane a little bit, kind of across from the benches from that are like near Small World. So that's where we chose to do it, and that's one spot that is really great. Or you could line up in front of the train station, and that's also a really good spot to watch the Paint the Night parade. And why I recommend these 2 areas is because it gives you a really great spot to view fireworks, or if you're at It's a Small World, it gives you a great facade to watch Tapestry of Happiness, which plays on Small World, and it is phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's so beautiful. It's such a great show. It's such a great addition, and it's something that you can only see on Small World. So you want to make sure that you can try to catch it at some point during the night. But for us, but I loved being able to see Paint the Night, get up and watch Tapestry of Happiness, and then the fireworks right after. Now, my daughter is sensitive to fireworks, so my husband did have to kind of walk her away because in that area right in front of Small World, it is very, very, very loud. So if you have a sensitive kiddo, that's more sensitive to noise like my youngest is, I would recommend the railroad station as your viewing spot for the nighttime entertainment. But that's the nighttime entertainment I would recommend you watch on your day one. All right, guys, moving into day 2, we're heading over to DCA. This is how I like to structure our park days. We alternate Disneyland and DCA. So day 2 would be a DCA day. Your must-dos in DCA would be Toy Story Midway Mania, Ariel, of course, the Incredicoaster, which is one of my absolute favorite rides, Radiator Springs Racers, which is my son's favorite, and Guardians, if you are a thrill seeker and like drop rides. I actually don't, but this ride is so fun that I do try to get on it most times that we go. My husband and I both have like a love-hate relationship with Guardians, but it is such a good ride. And it's unique to Disneyland's California Adventure, so it's worth going on. As far as entertainment, there's so much to do in California Adventure as well. 2 things that are going on right now that are really special is the Better Together Pixar Pals Celebration Parade that performs at 2:30 and 5 o'clock each day. And then of course, World of Color Happiness, which does run twice a night most nights. So I love both of these shows. The other entertainment that I do recommend you catch is the Disney Junior Dance Party. It's so fun. Oh my gosh. They just recently updated it and it is such a good time. It's a perfect place to go and get out of the heat and kind of get inside some AC and let your little ones get some wiggles out. I find in the afternoon, usually around like 3 o'clock, if we have not gone back to our hotel for a break, this is the perfect time for me to get our youngest into that show so that she can get some energy out, dance around, have some fun, and it really just like changes her attitude and kind of like reinvigorates her for whatever we're gonna do the rest of the time we're in California Adventure. So that's what I recommend for your California Adventure day. It's gonna be a good amount of entertainment and a good amount of rides, but it's really manageable. All right, guys, day 3 is back at Disneyland, and I recommend you start in Adventureland. There's so many great rides that are family friendly in Adventureland. I love Jungle Cruise, is one of my personal favorites. We also really enjoy Pirates, and Pirates is unique because of the different drop sequence that's unique to Disneyland. So it's really fun, even if you've been on Pirates in other parks, it's fun to do it here in Disneyland. And then you can also just kind of make your way through the rest of Adventureland and work your way through to Bayou Country, and then where like Pooh is, like Winnie the Pooh ride, and then over to Star Wars Land, and kind of work your way back up into Fantasyland and all of that. So that's what I recommend for your 3rd day, unless you have kiddos or someone in your family who is very, very into Buzz and like Star Tours, kind of like old school Star Wars-y stuff. Then I would recommend you start in Tomorrowland. So you could flip-flop this. If you started your day 1 in Disneyland in Adventureland, then I would say start in Tomorrowland for day 3 and kind of work your way backwards. So however you start, just remember to stay in that land and get through all of the rides and then move along and hit up another land. Your must-dos that I would say on day 3 are any favorites that you had from day 1 or anything that you did not get a chance to go on day 1. Make sure that you get to all of the rides. Make sure you're familiar with the map so you can see what all of the rides are, all of the attractions, and honestly, all of the entertainment as well. There's so much entertainment, especially right now. There's a great show with Walt. There's all of the like musical entertainment as well. There's just so much to see. There's also an entire area across from Small World that is Pixar friends, so you want to make sure that you make time for all of those things that aren't rides, but they still have so much entertainment value. So make sure that you get to all your favorites and anything that you missed on your first day. And for entertainment on day 3, I would recommend seeing Fantasmic. So one thing you could do is to do a Fantasmic dining package on your final day. This would give you a chance to kind of rest, have a meal at like a set time, and then it will give you a specific viewing area to be in for Fantasmic. Trust me, after 2 or 3 full days of touring the parks, you're gonna be thankful that you have a place to actually like go and sit for Fantasmic viewing, that you don't have to stake out like hours and hours ahead of time, because you're just kind of going to be tired of that by this point in your trip. So that's what I recommend, is get a spot for Fantasmic with a Fantasmic dining package and enjoy the nighttime entertainment that way. That's a full 3-day itinerary and how I would recommend you spend your time visiting Disneyland for the 70th. Now, our family, like I said, is getting ready to go on another Disneyland trip. I'm so excited about it. And we are doing 3 park days. we're gonna do something a little bit different because usually my dad comes to all of our park days with us. He actually chose to only go to 2 park days with us this time because of the ticket type that we purchased. So I'll be buying an extra ticket for my kiddos for this trip, but we really want to do all of the extra 70th things. So there are these 70th keys that you can use, and you go around to different stations and unlock the stations. So we want to do that. I also want to see the Walt show. That is going to be, I think, amazing. I also just want to take time to kind of soak in all of those things that I said are not rides, but are more entertainment, like the Pixar Pals area, and just have time to just like slow down. I think 2 days in the parks can really kind of limit your time and make you feel a little bit rushed, but 3 days really gives you enough time to slow down and be able to soak in lots of park atmosphere, get lots of favorite treats and things like that. So I feel like we missed some of that on our first trip this summer, and I'm really excited to just like take it all in and slow down a little bit and really savor those like small moments that happen when you have a little bit more time to just relax and go with the flow. So one thing that I'm really excited about for this trip is we are actually doing a little bit of a split stay. So on our last day, we'll be visiting a new hotel to us. So I'm so excited to bring you guys along for that journey. And we're also going to do a Fantasmic dining package because my husband and I have seen Fantasmic, but my kids and my dad have not. And it's something that I've wanted to do every time. But obviously there's only so much time in the parks and so many evenings, and there's a lot of nighttime entertainment right now. So we will be utilizing my strategy of doing Paint the Night on our first day and fireworks, and then the third day we will do Fantasmic. So I'm really excited for that, and I think it's just gonna be such a great way to end the summer together as a family. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching today's video. I hope it's helpful. Let me know if you have a Disneyland trip planned and when you're heading there and how many days you're gonna do. Are you gonna do 2 days or 3 days or 4 or 5? You guys know how much we love Disneyland, and so I'm always so excited to hear about your guys' trips too. Make sure to plan some downtime and some time to explore downtown Disney because there's so much to see and do there as well. So friends, that's it for today's video. I will see you guys very soon. If not on your screen, prepping and packing for our trip, then I'll see you at Disneyland. Bye friends.